CTE, also known as chronic traumatic encephalopathy, is a degenerative neurological brain disease that eats away brain tissue and can leave people suffering from it to act abnormally. I'll be elaborating on the impact of repeated hits to the head and concussions in the NFL and how they lead to chronic traumatic encephalopathy. CTE is caused by receiving repetitive and numerous concussions, forms of mild traumatic brain injuries over long periods of time, such as football play and career. Concussions are caused by significant hits to the head where the brain smashes against the interior of the skull through the protective membranes, which can cause bruising to the brain. Chris Nowinski, a former football player and WWE wrestler that graduated from Harvard University, elaborates on CTE in a TED Talk, where he describes it as brain rotting leading to symptoms such as memory problems, problems with cognition, depression, control issues, and aggression. Perhaps the most famous case of CTE is Aaron Hernandez. Aaron Hernandez was a former NFL player that was found guilty on a homicide charge, and while in prison he would later commit suicide. Both of these outlandish acts are contributed by CTE that was worst ever recorded in a person of his age. And by the age of 27, his brain condition was worse than any seen by someone younger than 46. And this was according to a neuropathologist and expert in neurodegenerative disease in the NFL from Boston University. Constant brain trauma can lead NFL players with their brain in such a bad condition that they cannot work jobs to support themselves after their career is over. And the NFL salaries are typically not guaranteed money. This essentially means that football players could have a career-ending hit to the head and never get paid again. The NFL felt as if they needed to make a difference in how these concussions would affect players, and first started acknowledging the dangers of the concussions when they formed the MTBI, Mild Traumatic Brain Injury Committee, in 1994, which produced the idea to treat concussed players on a case-by-case basis. Years later, in 2007, NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell established a league-wide minimum for baseline neurological tests to be mandatory on sidelines. The NFL has slowly but continuously implemented new measures to make the sport safer for the players, to protect both the athletes and the integrity of the league. The newest way the NFL is attempting to address the issue is through the application of new technologies such as concussion tracking devices that athletes wear on their necks and improved helmets which decrease the force applied to the players' brains. All of these new measures have been effective in the short term, reducing the number of concussion sustained by players from a record high 281 in 2017 before the introduction of the revolutionary VC01 helmet to a measly 214 in 2018. And this was about a 24% decrease in just 1 year, according to the NFL. The official numbers from the 2019 and 2020 seasons have yet to be released, but the NFL is headed in the right direction to controlling this problem.